Hi friends, and welcome back to my 48th YouTube video on my YouTube channel. I am Hawkinsimmer, and today we are doing another modern build. Yay, I'm big excited. So, this one got a little out of hand. It was originally going to be just a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom home with just a quaint little living, dining, kitchen area, and then I went off the rails. So, it ended up being a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with a quaint kitchen, but a decent sized living and dining area, not to mention a pretty decent outdoor area. So I'm building this in Del Sol Valley. I have never built in this world before, but I wanted to build this kind of plain eco kind of home, and I just thought it would go really well in this world. I thought a couple of young people who live in LA might have a little home like this. It's 1 story and modern-esque. Originally, I thought I was going to do just a regular gabled roof, but it ended up not looking great because it's just a box. So I went with just a platform roof, and I think it worked out pretty well. It looks a little plain, so I got a little carried away with the porch area. I put a pergola all the way around the front and back porches, and I just thought that, I don't know, they had these overgrown plants maybe. I figured one of them would be into gardening. So there's lots of plants, lots of planter boxes. I used hanging plants from both the new Paranormal Stuff Pack and Tiny Living. And I don't know, I just wanted it to seem kind of like a lush little outdoor space, I guess. So I thought maybe this was like a young couple, maybe their first child. I didn't just think this. I pulled a family off of the gallery for inspiration because I didn't want to take the time to make my own. So they were a young couple and there was a toddler. So I just thought there would be a toddler's room and a master bedroom and then an office. Pretty simple. But I really did put quite a bit of effort into this front porch area. I thought there would be some privacy fence stuff going on, but then a lot of it just being open. And then I used quite a bit of landscaping, so this build ended up being pretty expensive because of all the landscaping. But good news, I recently decided to say a little prayer and look into debug landscaping. It's been brief. I haven't actually used it yet, but I did kind of poke around, and then I just decided, oh my god, this is a lot. I'm probably going to make a video about using debug stuff for the first time because I think it's complicated, and I've been a simmer for 20 years, so if I think it's complicated, someone else must think it's complicated, right? I can't be alone. Please, someone validate me in the comments down below. But I just think that that's the way to go, baby. Landscaping is expensive, and in debug, you can get landscaping for free. So I have a feeling that I'm going to be using that a lot. So stay tuned. Probably 4 or 5 videos from now, I'll do a video all about debug and about the best little mod in the whole wide world, the Better Build Buy. So stay tuned for that. It'll be out in a few weeks, I think. But like I said, a lot of this video is landscaping. It's like complicated, but also not. I use these bushes from Island Living to mostly do the work for me. You know what I mean? Here I am just kind of picking out what kind of hanging plants I want. There's quite a few in the, not Tiny Living. I think I said Tiny Living, but I meant Nifty Knitting earlier. There's quite a few in Nifty Knitting, so I just kind of went through a couple of them and picked a few out. But yeah, I really like the way this turned out. I could see, spending quite a few evenings on a porch like this. And I put a little table and chairs out and of course, cannot forget a chess table. And then that's kind of it. It was time consuming, but not difficult. So yeah, I don't think I've ever done this in a build before, not on my channel. I've done this before, but not on my channel. So it's exciting to kind of put it out there. It's not anything new. Lots of people have done it, but I was pretty proud of how it turned out. So the backyard, I have once again made a very ridiculous backyard. I mean, they're not ridiculous. Some people have backyards like this, but I have a hard time leaving empty grass and just letting it be. So I always end up like putting a pool and a bunch of patio furniture and a bunch of crap in the backyard. But I don't know. I mean, I always like to play in houses that have a lot of stuff to do. So someone out there will appreciate how little your Sims will struggle here. Like I said, I kind of thought that maybe they'd be into gardening, so I put a lot of planter boxes. I also put the rain catcher, so I don't know, girl. Hopefully this will suit somebody. I'm sure it's expensive. I honestly didn't even check how expensive this house was, but I'm sure it's expensive, and it was not meant to be when I first started making it. And I spent so much time on the exterior. I am realizing, like, so much time. And that kind of sucks because the interior is really good. I really love the interior of this house. Honestly, I wish someone would take this house off of the gallery and then redo the exterior and make it better, and then tag me in it. Please, if there are other simmers watching this, and I'm sure there aren't, but if someone stumbles upon this, please do that for me, because I hate the exterior of this home, but I really like the interior. I really like the size of the bedrooms and that they're simple shapes, and I really like that I got a laundry room in, but I think my favorite part is the kitchen. But I'll save that for when we get there, because I'm still doing the exterior. Still doing the exterior. I spent too much time on the exterior. I even extended the backyard because I wanted more space in the exterior. I'm embarrassed. Thank you. Also, let's be honest, this house is too nice for the neighborhood that it's in. So, like, some people rolled up in here and gentrified the heck out of this lot. And, like, I don't know. I have a lot of emotional grievances with this whole build, I guess. But I did look around Del Sol Valley, and it is a really neat world. Like, it is super detailed and, like, exciting and cool neighborhood in reality. I wish that it wasn't all just a facade. I wish that some of it was usable, but it's a cool world nonetheless. And I did look around to try and match the exterior landscaping stuff. So I just, I think that helps your build not stick out like a sore thumb. And to me, that helps me feel more immersed in the entire game. So it makes it all just more good, There's the bike. I thought about using this bike, but I ended up just switching to a regular bike, I'm pretty sure. I always put a bike in my builds. I always want them leaned up against a tree in the front yard or the fence or a hedgerow or something. I don't know why, but I just really like that little detail. And I like to have a bike on your property so that you can use it, I guess. But like I said, the backyard was mostly patio, which kind of sucks and doesn't really go with me thinking that these people were, like, outdoorsy and gardeners. But I did put in a clothesline and the little wash bucket, so there's some eco stuff going on here. Like, these people aren't perfect environmentalists, but they're trying, like most of us, and as long as you keep trying, you're still doing something good. So but I did look around and try to match the trees. So I used those, like, pencil trees to line one side of the property, because a lot of the properties in this area, this neighborhood, have those trees. And then I added a couple of palm trees, and I didn't realize this, but they're kind of two different kinds of distinct palm trees. So there are these palm trees that came in the base game. They go well with, Del Sol Valley and Oasis Springs. But then the palm trees that came with Island Living are a little bit more tropical looking. So you have to make sure you use the trees that kind of match this neighborhood. But we're moving on to the interior, which again is my favorite part. And in fact, this kitchen is my most favorite part. I've done galley kitchens before, which is just a kitchen that is narrow and long. So this is just a galley kitchen, but the cabinets on one side are, bar cabinets, and on the other side is just regular cabinets. And the kitchen opens up to the main living and to the hallway closer to the parents' room. So the parents, could come out of their bedroom and right into the kitchen, and it just kind of is more streamlined. I just like the flow of this house, and I use two-tone cabinets. So I use, that light beige color on the bottom and then these darker cabinets up top, and I kind of liked that mixed and matched. It kind of had a mid-century modern vibe, but not super like obvious, I guess. But I really liked this bar area. You don't see a lot of kitchens like this anymore. It's a little outdated, but I don't know, I felt like it fit this space to be able to be in the kitchen and look through to the dining room, but still have that extra storage up top since the kitchen is kind of small. And yes, I am aware that upper cabinets in The Sims are not real storage and they don't have any effect on your game, and they are decorative, but I like thinking that it matters when it really doesn't. But we're moving on to the living room, which once again looks like most of the living rooms I do. But I use these orange chairs from Tiny Living. And if you know me, you know that I hate the color orange. It's my least favorite color. But I wanted to just give like a pop of color in what is mostly a black and white and wood tone house. I just wanted this little pop, and I love the pillows on these chairs. These chairs just look really comfortable. They're some of the better chairs in terms of like the texture of the item. So I just want to throw them in here. And once again, I am using these curtains from Island Living. I love these curtains. I wish we had more options, but of this kind of like style, the one tile and then tied in the middle. I love that style. I wish we had more options, and I wish we had multiple options for the different wall heights. I would use them more if we had that. But just kind of cluttering up. The living room was super easy to do. There's not a lot going on. There's not a lot of room for clutter because there's so many windows in this house. I love the windows. I love them. I will never stop using so many windows in these houses, especially these modern houses, which is interesting because windows are really not energy efficient. And I feel like a lot of these types of houses that I do are all about like being environmentally conscious. And then there's these giant windows that are so inefficient, but whatever. Like I said, it really doesn't matter in The Sims. I don't think that your bills go up each week if you have extra windows. So whatever. We're moving on here to the parents' room, which has sliding doors out to the front patio. And I love that. And at first I kind of wasn't sure because you don't want giant windows facing your street, which is why I added the privacy fence and the like hanging flowers from Jungle Adventure to add some privacy. And again, it doesn't really matter in The Sims, but to me it matters visually. But this is a really simple bedroom. I use the stuff from Snowy Escape. I love those bedroom items. And I thought maybe one of these adults is into art. They're a painter or they like to collect art. So I had a lot of pretty large art pieces throughout the house. And I don't know, I don't have any large art pieces like that in my house. My friend Elizabeth is big on like big pieces like that, but I never find anything that I'm like, wow, this speaks to me. So I don't have anything like that. I love this really simple dresser. I think it comes in City Living. I really love it. It's simple, but I love the gold pulls on the drawers. I think those add a really nice little touch. And then I love that standing mirror that stands against the wall. I think that's from Jungle Adventure too. I also just recently got that pack when I was doing this build. So I was super like into using all the items from that pack because I'd never used them before. So you're probably going to see them a lot. I promise I'm going to be doing builds with fewer packs because I know that not everyone has all these packs. And even though I don't get tons of views on YouTube yet, which is fine, this is really just a hobby. I do get a lot of downloads on the gallery. My gallery is just Hawkinsimmer. I put up all of my builds on the gallery and I do get quite a few downloads on my builds. So I try to, use fewer packs so that more people are inclined to download them. And I actually know for sure that I'm going to have a base game build coming out soon because the base game just got a huge update that will include bunk beds and 21 items from custom content creators. Now, some of those items are cast items, but a lot of them are build items and I'm super excited to use them. So I'm definitely making a base game only video real soon, okay? And then I definitely have plans for the bunk beds for a future build. I cannot wait to do some Granite Falls type things with those new bunk beds. But the screenshots are coming up, so thank you all so much for watching. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I upload new videos every Monday and Thursday at 4 p.m. So I will see you all in the next one. Bye! I am so excited to get my hands on those bunk beds.